Now, I'm a novice when it comes to hunting, so I'm excited to learn all I can about it. And there is a lot to learn. As a new hunter, I've been very surprised and impressed by so many aspects of it that I never considered before. From environmentalism and conservation to hunting for the purpose of feeding others who are less fortunate. Hunting is opening up a whole new world for so many women across the country. They do it because it's exciting. They're able to push themselves, and it's a community experience, and the sense of accomplishment they feel is unparalleled. That was enough to convince me to try it. I'm Natalie Foster, and this is Love at First Shot, sponsored by Smith Wesson. First things first, if you're going to have a successful hunt, you're going to need a really good gun. And I know just the place to find out what we'll want. We're back at Smith Wesson, and this time we're going to be talking about hunting guns. Our friend Danielle Sanville is going to tell us all about it, and there's a lot to learn, so let's head in there.
So a lot of people, their regular assumption is that if you're going to go hunting, it's with a rifle. However, you can hunt with a rifle, you can hunt with a shotgun, and you can also hunt with a handgun sometimes as well.
And actually, I know that you have at least one of these guns here that will convert into all three, right?
That is true. So these are modern sporting rifles, or commonly now known as MSRs. So we've got a 1522, which is a semi-automatic 1522 long rifle caliber, and then also one of our 308s, which is our M&P 10.
And the 308 is a really good all-around caliber.
It is, yeah. MSRs are being used for hog hunting, for deer, for some of the bigger game as well. And then with a 1522, you would be shooting things like rabbits and things like that. Bolt-action rifles, obviously, they can be used for the same types of things as an MSR, but the calibers on bolt-action rifles are more diverse. You can go from anything from like a 204 Ruger, sometimes even a 22, all the way up to a 300 Win Mag and even higher. So you really want to make sure that you know what you're hunting and what caliber is good for that type of animal. So the bigger the caliber, typically the bigger the animal that you're hunting. So this is a muzzleloader. It's a 50 cal muzzleloader. Great thing about muzzleloaders is they are used for hunting. They've been used for many, many years, but they give you a little bit more of a challenge.
And now when you say muzzleloader, it's because you actually load it
through the
muzzle instead of through magazines.
With a muzzleloader, even with a single shot, you get one shot. So you really have to pay attention to what you're doing.
Is there a good all-around caliber that you like for hunting in particular?
So for hunting, I would say probably a 30-06 is the most universal caliber. You can pretty much hunt anything in North America with 30-06, including elk and caribou, all the way down to something like a coyote. But a 30-06 does pack a little bit of a wallop. So there's a little bit of recoil. So if you're looking for something that would be good for additional animals around North America, a 270 or a 308 would have a little bit less recoil and also be just as effective.
Gotcha. So Danielle, why is a rifle a really good choice for hunting?
Rifles are typically known for being more accurate at long distances. And so when you're hunting and you don't know what your terrain is going to be like, you don't know how long your shot's going to be. Your shot is dependent on many things. Your rifle itself, on the scope, the ammunition you're using, a lot of different things can come into play. But a lot of people will make a mistake and they bring their rifle out hunting for the first time that they've ever shot it. You never want to do that. You always want to go to the range, bring your rifle out, try it out in a lot of different situations because you don't know what your shot is going to be like.
Right.
So you might try standing, sitting, maybe even laying down or using sticks, and you want to make sure that you sight the rifle in as well. And then if you're traveling, you want to make sure that that rifle is still sighted in.
So you definitely want to check it out again. You go and you set your zero on your rifle while you're at the range at home, and then you'll go and do it again in whatever location you're traveling to, right?
I agree, yeah.
There is one gun in particular on our table which is pretty interesting, and it's a Thompson Center gun, but of course it morphs into various different kinds, right?
It does, yeah. This is our Thompson Center Encore system.
Okay.
So the great thing about this gun is it not only can be a rifle, it can be a shotgun, and it can also be a pistol. So there's one common feature on the entire gun, which is the receiver. And then you change out the buttstock, you change out the pistol grip, you can change out the barrel, so you can make it a muzzleloader, a pistol, a rifle.
Does that mean you can make it
things.
different calibers?
You can.
Wow.
Yeah, you can change the caliber. So if you only have one gun, something like this is great. Now, if you're looking for something that's a little bit more affordable, a bolt-action rifle is always really good because you can find bolt-action rifles from a couple $100s to thousands and thousands of dollars. So if I were only buy one, it might be a bolt-action rifle.
Really? Okay.
But I do work for a gun manufacturer. So it's like kind of like a kid in a candy store.
I don't know about you, but I really need to go shooting with you sometime soon. Hopefully we can make that happen.
I think we can.
I'd love it. Okay, well, thank you again for talking to us about all this, and we'll see you soon.
All right.
Fantastic information from Danielle. And now that we've got all that insight on our hunting firearm, next up we need to know exactly what to wear. Your hunting wardrobe can be just as important as your gun in many cases. To get the scoop on it, I'd like to introduce you to some friends of mine. I'm here in Gunnison, Colorado at Prois Hunting Apparel to talk to these ladies about what it takes to gear up for your very first hunt. Let's head in there. I am here with Kirstie Pike, who is the founder of Prois. So, okay, we need to talk a little bit about why you started Prois.
Basically, not being able to find gear myself. When I got into archery, I was looking for some gear that would really outfit me, and when I went to market, there was really nothing there but capri pants and tank tops and t-shirts and nothing of function, so we just kind of took the ball and rolled with it. It's most important that you have something that's going to keep you warm and fit well. If it doesn't fit well, you're not going to function well. You get the butt of the gun caught up in your jacket when you shoulder. It really goes down into performance as well as comfort.
Because it can actually be hazardous if you get the butt of the gun stuck.
Oh,
you
yes,
know,
absolutely.
You can miss a shot. I mean, there are a lot of problems that come along with it
right.
if you're wearing something that is gigantic on you.
Yes, and it's also a matter of warmth and protection from the elements as much as anything else, and really compressing everything down to make it the most efficient system you can have.
So it's not just about comfort, but it's also very much about safety.
Oh, absolutely.
As well. Like
absolutely.
There are a lot of reasons it's really important to have gear that actually fits you and your body, and not to mention the fact that you look a lot cuter in pictures, I'm just saying.
What we do is build every system into 3 layers. You've got a base layer, you have an insulatory layer, and then you also need an adequate shell. So it's taking those layers and putting it together for the hunt you're going to use and you're going to do so that you're best suited for the elements. So you need to take into account kind of those different factors and put together the best kind of hunting apparel that you can for whatever you're going to be doing.
Got it. So you need to be looking at the weather, right?
Right.
What are the other factors that play into choosing the right gear?
It can be time of year that you're going to go. It could be how your thermostat runs anyway, if you run hot or cold. One thing that women don't talk a lot about is sweating. So if you sweat a lot, that really doesn't matter.
I'm sorry.
I hear people do. I don't know.
Glisten. It's called glistening.
Yes.
There's so much more to it than just the look. It's about fit and the functionality. So I need to do some shopping because I can't leave this place without doing some shopping.
Perfect.
This is like my favorite.
Natalie's wearing the Pro Edition jacket. It features snap-down zippers that stay in place wherever you put them so they won't jingle around.
So you've got a couple of items. I saw one over here, which is the this very cool pant. Tell us about this one.
These are our High Plains brush pant. They're specifically designed for upland hunting. They're also great for anything that you're going through heavy brush, like rabbit hunting. That's our Pro Edition vest. The Pro Edition vest helps the huntress maintain core warmth, and it also has a lot of the features that the Pro Edition jacket does as well.
So you've got the jacket, you've got the vest, you've got the pants, and of course, this base layer for the Pro Edition, and that's a great, very versatile system that you've got.
Absolutely.
So it can take you from the warm weather hunts all the way to the late season hunts. You really can't go wrong with any Prois piece, I've learned.
That's why I own 12 of everything.
So definitely be sure to check out proishunting.com. Thank you so much, Katherine. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Natalie.
Now, you don't have to wear camo for every hunt. Do your research before to see what clothing is best for the coloring or weather. But actually, the most important thing you can do for your camouflage might be more basic than you think. Renowned hunter Il Ling Nu has some advice for us.
I've got another tip out there for you hunters, and it's something that's relatively small, but it's actually really, really important. And that is to minimize your footprint when you're out there in the field. It actually matters more how you move, animals see movement much more, than what you're wearing. I can be wearing the best camouflage around, but if I'm moving fast and I'm moving big, the animals are going to see me anyway. On the other hand, even if I'm not wearing the camo that blends in, if I move slowly, it's going to be very difficult for an animal to see me. All right? The next thing is, as you're moving around, try to minimize your size. One thing you might do is, instead of moving around with your barrel moving around in front of you, you might want to bring it in a little bit closer. minding your feet, minding the 4 safety rules, but you might want to move it in a little bit closer so that you overall are a little bit smaller and harder to see.
As you can see, Il Ling Nu is a fantastic instructor, and you can find much more from her on the Tips and Tactics section of nrawomen.tv. When it comes to hunting gear, it's pretty easy to geek out. There's so much shopping to be done. So let's start at the top. First, you'll need a really good hat, or possibly a couple of them, depending on where you're hunting and your state's laws about blaze orange. For many animals, including turkey, of course, you'll need to be very concealed, and for that, you need camo. This camo hat from Prois is designed perfectly to keep you both comfortable and concealed from those animals. Next, you'll need a good top. Depending on the weather, you may need an outer layer, but be prepared with a base layer underneath, like this one. Look for one that's breathable, but with really good skin coverage, like this one from Prois. Now that you've got your list and you're ready to try all of this out in the field, send us your stories and your photos, and they may even end up on the trophy gallery on nrawomen.tv. As always, check in with us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And we'll see you next time on Love at First Shot, sponsored by Smith Wesson. Now that I'm all geared up, it's time for me to try my hand at turkey hunting. Come with me on my Missouri turkey journey next time on Love at First Shot, sponsored by Smith Wesson.